Hi and welcome to MemberSplash. This video is all about the MemberSplash front desk check-in system. Clearly, one of the most important aspects of your pool operation is keeping the private pool private. After all, your members or homeowners have paid for the privilege of using the facilities that you offer. A quick note for our homeowner association customers, MemberSplash automatically tracks member payments if you use our system for payments. Having said that, we know that most HOAs already have a system in place for collecting association dues. So we typically will mark all of your accounts as paid, and you'll need to manually use your delinquency report to mark families as unpaid in order to limit their access to the pool. Also worth noting, your homeowners will be logging into the MemberSplash system to do things like upload their pictures or purchase guest passes, make reservations, and so on. So this may mean a second system that your homeowners will log into if you already have a homeowner portal. So why pictures? Well, the main thing, of course, is no more physical pool passes. So borrowed, lost, stolen cards instantly become a thing of the past when your name and your face are your pool pass. So where are we going to get these pictures? You may recall from an earlier video, each of your families now has their own portal. That's what you're seeing on the screen now. They can sign waivers, update information like address, date of birth, email address, and they can easily upload their own pictures for front desk check-in. And of course, they can make payments. We recognize that not everyone's going to be compliant with your instructions to log into the portal and upload images. So at MemberSplash, we've made it easy for you to take pictures right at the front desk for your members who haven't gotten that done yet. Simply use a last name search to find the person in need of a picture, point your webcam, and shoot, and then you're set for the season. It's as simple as this. Go to Front Desk, Photos, aim your webcam at your member that does not yet have their image in place, search for them so you can assign the correct photograph to the correct account. If we're looking for Mason Cramden, get him to smile for the camera, click shoot, and he is set for the season. Simple as that. You might recall that the front desk staff has an extremely limited view of the system. Bottom line, you don't need your front desk youngsters to be accessing financial data, changing web pages, or making new forms. So we have a predefined role called staff that we're logged into right now, and you'll notice very few menu choices on the left-hand side and mostly grayed out across the top as well. However, they do have access to front desk for check-in. So let's take a look at the check-in system now. So how does front desk check-in work on the MemberSplash system? Let's have a quick look. Remember that your families have their own portal to provide their necessary information. Pictures, of course, but also things like their coronavirus waiver, dates of birth, emergency contact, and if you're using it, pool reservations. From the administrator side, you have the ability to add check-in notes for any special circumstances that check-in personnel might need to be aware of. A child has an allergy to bee stings, a swimming proficiency test has been passed, or a family has been suspended for violating pool rules. To check in a family, the simplest approach is look up on last name. This is the default, and it's used by the vast majority of our clubs. So when a family approaches the front desk, simply ask for the name and begin typing. In this case, the McManus family has just appeared. As soon as I start hitting letters, every family with a last name that begins with the letter M shows up. I can continue to type to further filter this list, or when I recognize that it's the family that's on screen, I can simply select one family member and it brings up their entire account. So what can we see from the check-in screen? Well, a number of different things. First of all, we know that they have a main pool reservation today from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. We know that they are paid. We know that we have coronavirus waiver forms on file, both for mom and dad. We have images for all the family members, as well as emergency contact information. Oh, and look, we also have a check-in note. It turns out the McManus family had been suspended, and you need to notify the manager. That's just for informational purposes, but you can use check-in notes for any one of your accounts if there are any special circumstances. At this point, we've selected all, and we're ready to check in the McManus family. But what if they've brought a guest? Well, keep in mind that we would be able to set up a product called guest passes for your members to purchase online using a debit or a credit card, or potentially to pay for by check. In this case, the McManus family has already purchased a number of available guest passes, so they can bring their guests directly in. However, if they wanted to bill to account to purchase additional guest passes, they could do that as well. So if, for example, they did not have enough available credits, they can simply add them here at the front desk, and this will add to the balance of their account. I simply click Purchase, and these 4 credits will be added to their available total. So now you notice that the available credits has gone up to 20. At this point, we're going to be able to check them in along with their guest. They're bringing me to the pool. Good choice. Click the green plus sign. Click Submit. Now we can complete the check-in. Final confirmation for your front desk check-in personnel. Are these the people that are checking in? Is this the guest that they've brought? You can cancel or click Submit. One thing to keep in mind at this point is that every single one of your members who checks in through the front desk is being recorded within the visits database. The default view for the visits database is the current view, or what's happening at the pool today. While this may be interesting, it's probably not going to give you an extensive amount of information, but keep in mind that as long as you are a MemberSplash customer, we're going to be storing this data for you. And so how can you use this data? Well, remember, every individual that comes in through the front desk, we will know the date, the time, which family account were they associated with, what was the name of the individual who checked in, were they a member or guest, and how many credits were used. Clearly, the primary intent of this kind of information is for operational planning. You can go back over time, and again, we're looking only at today, but what if we wanted to look at the last 7 days or last week or last month? You can always go back and look at your data if you intend to do further analysis of when are my really busy times? When do I need to look at my staffing levels? When are our really slack times? When might we be overstaffed at the pool? Did we have success with a recent social event? Did a lot of people come for the cornhole tournament? Any number of things that you can look at, and rather than operate on gut feel, you'll have hard data to look at. And you'll note, of course, that all of the reports within MemberSplash are downloadable via CSV. You simply click Download CSV, and now you can take this information and bring it into Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel or an Access database, whatever it is that you choose to use for analysis of your data. Now recall that the McManus family was able to purchase their guest passes on account. And I don't want to leave that without some resolution, because billing to the account is only one part of the equation. You also need to collect that bill. And it's a very simple methodology that we put in place for those people who make purchases and bill to account. Let's just go through this very quickly. So in this case, this area called Bills is where I want to direct your attention, and Create Bills. What you're going to see now is everyone at my club who has an open balance on their account. All I really need to do, and notice here is the McManus family. I can click on the down arrow to see the details of what they've purchased, but we know they purchased 4 guest passes at $5 today. They, among other families, have an open balance on their account. At this point, I could select individual accounts that I want to issue a bill to, or I could select all accounts and simply click on Send Bills. This simply sends an email to all of these families informing them that they have an open balance at the club, that they should go to their account, log in, and make a payment. It's just as simple as that. Over time, you'll see a number of these disappear as your members log in and make their payments. It's a super easy system. And not only that, of course, MemberSplash never forgets how much somebody has billed to an account. So if for whatever reason they're slow to pay, the system always retains this information. So you don't have to worry, even if they wait until next year to pay, it's still going to appear on their invoice. So that's all for the front desk, and as you can see, the MemberSplash system provides a wealth of capability at front desk. Thanks very much for taking time to review this video demonstration and for checking out MemberSplash.